Okay, so today I want to talk about legumes. So, legumes, I want to talk about whether we should eat them, whether we shouldn't eat them, what are the pros and what are the cons of legumes. So, legumes are basically dried beans and lentils, and peanuts are also classified legumes. Um, if you are part of the paleo movement, you will know that paleo says no legumes. Legumes are out. They have too many phytates and lectins in them, which make them anti-nutrients and actually help to steal vital minerals from your body, like magnesium, calcium, iron, zinc, all these things. They bind up in the lectins and they're too hard to break down. So a lot of the paleo people will say absolutely not. That's one of the rules. No legumes of any kind. Raw vegans also don't eat legumes. But vegans eat legumes, and the Mediterranean diet includes legumes, and people around the world eat legumes. So, if you want to take a look at the Blue Zone studies, which is all the populations all over the world that live the healthiest, longest lives, legumes are included. So people they eat these beans daily. So that should be an indication right there that they're not all bad, because the people who are living the longest in the world are including them as part of their diet. So when I look at my food sensitivity test, beans do come up quite high. So in general, I have been avoiding them, and I have been under the assumption that the lectins and phytates are just damaging to your body and to stay away from it, and you don't need them. So, but when I looked at my food sensitivity tests, kidney beans and peanuts were among the highest, and those are ones that actually are purported to cause many people problems. Peanuts can get mold on them. A lot of things can go wrong with peanuts, as well as kidney beans. Eaten, in their raw state, they could actually kill someone. So kidney beans, I probably would avoid. I used to love chili with kidney beans, but now I do not eat kidney beans. As for the other types of beans, white beans, broad beans, black beans, pinto beans, garbanzo beans, all the different types of beans and lentils. The ones that came up lowest on my food sensitivity test were lentils and chickpeas and black beans. And those are the ones that I would include anyways, because for a few different reasons. So if you are adding and you think that you should add beans to your diet, and I believe that, first of all, I believe that there are more nutrients in meat, there are more nutrients in vegetables and fruit than you will ever get in grains or legumes. Grains and legumes are kind of like a filler. They fill you up. They're full of fiber. Beans are full of fiber. But they're not as high. Like vegetables will always beat them out. So that's why I don't include them as a regular part of my diet, because there are higher, more nutrient dense foods than beans any day of the week. But they're fantastic for their fiber content. They're easy to get, they're easy to store, they last a long time, and these are why these cultures eat them. So when you're looking at the nutrients that you're getting out of legumes, they're usually they're super high in fiber. They've got protein. They're usually high in iron and some other minerals that are good. So those are the reasons that you can include them. One of the things I really would say to include maybe once a week in your diet is chickpeas, and that's simply because you can make hummus with it. So when you're taking the chickpeas, you're adding the lemon juice, you're adding sesame tahini seeds, and you're adding garlic and some olive oil, and you're blending it all up together. This is an amazing, amazing dip. It's full of amazing nutrients. It's very nutrient dense. It's not hard to digest. If you've soaked and sprouted the beans and then you've blended it up into a hummus, you've taken a lot of those problems out. You've also added the lemon juice, which is great for the citric acid, and you've added sea salt, you've added vitamin C, you've added garlic, which is an amazing sulfur vegetable. You've added sesame seeds, which are amazing seeds. So you've really taken it to the next level. So I would definitely include hummus specifically once or twice a week in your diet because of the great value of it. And if you're going to include another bean, I would say once in a while if you want to just throw a few black beans in for flavor in soups or stews or any kind of a dish that you're doing, as well as lentils. If you want to add them in soups or stews or any kind of specific culinary dish that you're preparing, I would go ahead and add those in. Not as the main staple to the diet, so beware, you want to have your protein from meat, you want to have all your vegetables, tons and tons of vegetables. So it's more just like for variety and filler. So you do not have to avoid legumes like the plague. Definitely not. Cultures around the world are eating them and living long, healthy lives. They're full of fiber. They have minerals. They're great. Now the lectins and the phytates are a concern. So what you want to do is you want to take your seeds. You want to make sure that you soak them overnight, let them sprout, and then pressure cook them. So if you have an Instant Pot, that is one amazing thing. If you're eating them out of cans, they're already pressure cooked, but go ahead and give them a soak anyways. I mean, it's already done, but fresh and dried are always better than canned. Canned is not good. Look for BPA-free cans and avoid cans if you can. But again, it's easy. It's easier to make hummus and it's quicker. So I wouldn't worry about it. Getting them in you is better than not getting them in you. So go ahead and enjoy legumes as part of your diet, but definitely don't put them as a major part of your diet. So include them a few times a week. Definitely make hummus, include lentils, include them in your dishes for variety and for healthful eating. But remember, you can get more nutrients out of vegetables. So go with them first. You can get more protein and more absorbable amino acids out of the meat. So go for that second and enjoy them. Do not feel guilty. Soak them, sprout them, blend them, use them, make hummus, and definitely don't make it the biggest part of your diet, but don't be afraid of legumes. Even the paleo people like Mark Sisson and Rob Wolf are now coming around saying legumes are back in the diet for paleo people. So even though Lauren Cordain does not include them yet, many paleo people and paleo advocates are saying they're not as bad as originally thought and to go ahead and put them back in your diet. So I hope that you can take a lesson from the Blue Zones. They are associated with one of the world's longest living people all across the world. So go ahead and include them a few times a week, a few meals a week, make hummus, and enjoy your beans.